Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is your Screenwriter's Rant on Pushpa 2, The Rule. This is I think it's a Hollywood production, but it's like just about every movie that comes out of India, it's about a really cool guy who does cool stuff, and there's musical scenes and crazy action scenes. And it looks cool as hell. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 16. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. What I love about Indian movies is they're so Indian, right? And they're so unapologetic for being Indian. They just bask in their own culture. And it's great. Because it's so unique and neat to me. This one's a sequel, but apparently it's doing huge business in India. And I had to go to the IMDb to figure out what the hell it was about, because you really can't tell from the trailer. But apparently he runs a business smuggling sandalwood. So... And he's a bit of a gangster, and he has to avoid the cops. And I guess there's a rival gangster. But there's songs and music and action and guys shooting at each other, and just I guess this is all the sandalwood they keep harvesting. I guess that's where sandalwood comes from. Does it come from India? Is that where they make sandalwood? And it's called sandalwood. I know that's a type of wood and a type of smell, but is it also used to make sandals? I don't know. I don't know a lot of things when it comes to Indian cinema. Every once in a while I dip into it because it looks cool. But this is a hot movie, apparently. If any of you out there in my audience can tell me more about it, why it's so popular. Was the first one just as popular would be my main question. Or is this one somehow more popular? December 5th worldwide. So I guess well, it's December 5th now, so maybe it's here. Maybe it's here if they're saying worldwide. I mean, we do have movies from India here. There is, a decent audience for it. That's a sandalwood. I don't know who this guy is. I can't tell if he's an enemy or a friend. He says nice things about him, or sings nice things about him, I guess. And but it looks like he's shooting at him in another scene. I mean, just so many crazy things happen in this. I can't tell you what it's about. And there's a lot of scenes of this, of him just making an entrance, and then there's dancing and music, making an entrance. I mean, there's a lot of making an entrance in this. And it's something to do, I guess in the first movie, he probably won the girl and got married. And now he says here, this line, I'll show the world what happens when a husband listens to his wife. So I'm not sure what the wife told him to do. Maybe get out of the sandalwood business? I don't know. So... I guess he's sort of part gangster, or he's a gangster, but then he's also sort of kind of like a rock star because there's a lot of singing, but he's not really a rock star in the movie. Like, his character's not a rock star. I'm not sure. There's songs about ships and sailing the seven seas. I mean, everything just looks so epic. Including the stunts. So I mostly would watch a movie like this for the stunts. And to get a glimpse into, another country's culture through movies. I think a lot of movies that are done overseas, you do catch, it's more of a window into life over there than, say, American movies are here. Because American movies seem to have gotten so distorted. But maybe I'm biased on that. but there it seems like that it's still a relatively new medium compared to our Hollywood, let's say. Especially in Nollywood, the Nigerian movies, man, those just seem like I'm going to set up a camera and start shooting a movie. Um, so, but I know this is a very exaggerated version of life there. There always seems to be a lot of gangsters though in India. It's a ton of gangsters. Must be a lot of crime there. I can only conclude. Um, so the story. All right. So first act. I guess his sandalwood operation's going very well since the events of the first movie. I'll guess. He still has to avoid the cops, according to the write-up, and so he's avoiding the cops, but his wife gives him some advice and he follows it, and I'm not sure why. Is it because she's kidnapped or killed and then he has to avenge her and she had given him some advice before she died? Possible? I don't think so. It doesn't seem that tragic. But I don't really see a lot of his wife, so maybe. Or maybe she just gives him some advice and he takes it to heart. He's running around with an axe at one point. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm going to guess he's fending off the cops to get his sandalwood across the ocean to the buyer, I guess. Maybe that's the whole movie, and then at the end he does it, and then, I don't know, we'll probably see a Pushpa 3 because the movie seems pretty popular. I think, if I'm interpreting the money correct, it did $77 million in 2 days, which, that's pretty good for a movie here, especially these days. For there, that's very high, I guess. That's some sort of record there. Probably not the biggest movie, but close to it. Say maybe in the top 10, top 20. And it can only, snowball from there to some extent. Now, just like here, I mean, the next week is not going to be the same, but, you're talking a movie that's probably easily going to crack 100 million, maybe 150. And that's not even counting overseas. Overseas, it may be even more. In that case, their movies can't possibly cost that kind of money. No way. They're just not going to pay people the rates they pay them here. I'm not sure what the union situation over there is. Probably not super strong unions, I'm guessing. Just wouldn't have the same sort of constraints that you would here. So I gotta imagine the budget on this thing can't be that high. I wonder if it's on. I'm gonna check to see if it's on the numbers. I doubt it's on here. Pushpa 2. If it opened today, Pushpa 2. If it opened today, it's possible. It's possible. And then maybe we can get an idea of what it's going to do. Oh, is that it? Let me try it again. Pushpa 2. Ah, there we go. Pushpa 2. Okay, yeah. So, don't have any numbers yet. The first one didn't do very well here. Oh, there seems to be. This is actually the fourth movie. If these titles are part of it, Pushpa Ka Vimana, or that's probably a different movie. But the first movie only did 500,000 worldwide gross. So I don't know. Maybe somebody out there can tell me why the second movie is so popular. Let's see. Let's see if there's any info on the budget here. The clash as Pushpa and Banwar Singh continue their rivalry in this epic conclusion to the two-part action drama. Oh, okay. So maybe that's why. Maybe people were waiting for the second movie to drop so they could see the whole story. So I guess his rival is another Sandalwood Smuggler, I'll say. Okay. It's 200 minutes. Oh, that's a long movie. Jesus. That's 3 hours and 20 minutes, right? Oh, that's too long. That's way too long. I can't sit through that. International release was August 15th. Oh, okay. So, oh, this is being released here or in Prathi and Gira cinemas in IMAX. So it's being released in IMAX. Hmm. It was in Hindi. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I would check this out, on streaming or something. But let me know in the comments if you know anything about Pushpa, Pushpa 2, or Pushpa the Rule Part 2. I would like to hear it from my Indian watchers. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on the green site, the orange site, and the black site for more videos. I will be at the Dickens Craft Fair. This is on Saturday from 10 to 4, and that's in Mays Landing. And then later that night, I'll be in Laurel Springs, New Jersey from 6 to 9 at the Maker's Workshop for the tree lighting ceremony. Sunday, I'll be at the Holiday Extravaganza at Dan Sations in Hainesport, New Jersey from 10 to 1. Hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.